Oh, oh, Lord. What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Hold on a minute. Let me turn this up. Okay, I got turn that off. Oh, today was a good day. Today was a good day. I'm over here in work in progress. Let me see if I can see. I gotta find something, y'all. Hold on. You know, when you think that you can't laugh no more, just click on YouTube. Click on the tube, y'all. Click on the tube. Turn that down. Turn that down. Turn that down. I got to play something for y'all that was just so funny. I mean, funny. Look at Tanea. Tanea, you in the bushes too? you you in the bushes? What up, Jason? Jason's in the house tonight. Where in the heck? Y'all, listen. Listen. I do not own the rights to this video, but y'all got to hear this shit here. Because when I say it is a tsunami out there, you got the earthquakes and everything going on. This shit is ricocheting everywhere. I It went so fast. Hey, Perspective. Hi, hon. Missy. Love Bug. What's going on? What's going on? You say somebody likes a little tea, girl. They call it tea, yeah, tea gaggling, tea baggling. I don't know, girl, but listen here, honey. When you're hot, you're hot. Ain't nothing you can do about the people getting horny around in this camp, girl. Listen. Mr. Keller has brought out some of the best. If this is the best, girl, this is all he had. This is all he had, honey. But this ain't got nothing to do with him. These are just individuals, themselves out here pop locking and dropping it, girl. Hey, Joy. Hey, I decided let me click on here for a minute because my big nosy headed ass be in all the bushes, girl. Cracking up. Joy, cracking up. Now, the word on the curb. It has been exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has been approximately 5 ping pong fights out here. You hear me? They say you heard. It's been 5, y'all. It's been so many, and I'm like, I got to come on and drop this to my people over here to the Papoose channel. I'm like, I ain't brought them no tea because I'm getting me back together, but baby. This shit was hitting like door to door, like neighbors knocking on each other door. You want the smoke? Then the next neighbor come out. You want the smoke? The next neighbor come out. You want the smoke? Now, the one that I did find the most funniest, I'm gonna have to bring it to y'all. I don't own the rights to this video, but when I say it was hilarious. It was hilarious. And every now and then, I just may pop my little head up in them and press the little laughing emoji and then I'll disappear because sometimes you just can't help it. What up, money? Okay, so let me get to the video. I have to play just a few pieces of it. I do, y'all. Y'all got to hear this shit here, because there's some crazy shit here. Let me see where it's at. Let me see. I like to dive on this one here and the rebuttal to it, you guys. Man, the rebuttal was all over the place, and in my opinion, that kind of comes when you're watching a little too much TV, and you're trying to do your mixture of Kool-Aid, you're trying to put the red, grape, and green and orange together, but it comes out a little sour. You're gonna have to add a little more sugar in it to flavor it up some more. But I get it. Some people can only rebuttal with taking, their notes from television or other broadcasting, the stand-up comedians and stuff, but sometimes it just don't fit where it should be fitting, right? But that's on that other side of the streets, the one that I kind of, stay away from, except for this shit here, y'all. Now, hold on. I don't own the rights to this shit, but y'all got to hear this shit here. Y'all got to hear this shit here.
Face it about me.
Now, this
I
is the
either
Atmos
rock with
Love
you
channel.
or
Before
I
I get
don't.
started. And like I said, I gotta play pieces of this because it's mysterious on how these incidental rebuttals are ricocheting. It's mysterious. One would ask yourself, like why. Let me state this as well before I get into just about 5 minutes or so of this. The rest of it, you guys are going to have to go and kind of catch it to get your laughter on. Where am I? Oh, there it is. Maybe it's that one. Hold on. Where are you guys? I don't know. I guess you're there. I can't see y'all right now. Okay, so, I was sitting and I was thinking as I was listening to this, right? Because if you go back down the timeline just a little bit, right? A lot of people was watching, looking in the windows, trying to see how this formula is formulating out here, right? And I'm thinking, well, wait, okay, the person that he's rebuttaling to, it was portrayed that that person kind of came from that side of the track. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the side of the track that the person on. So you would think that with those group of people, you kind of learned who each individual were. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess they would have their little private little chats and groups and things going on and stuff like that. Now, when we get to the end of this, I ask myself, who's at fault at this stuff? People wasn't scrutinizing people as they should have before you grouped up with them, right? And when you have an individual that straddles to the back, doesn't want to give out the level of information that you're giving out about yourself, that's how easy it is to depict who's the sponge of the group, right? And that's where you get to decide to tread on thin ice, around your group. Because normally, when you have a group, 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 people, it's mostly likely that you're going to have that one in there, right? So I listened to this live and I tell you guys, I was in so much tears over here. It was crazy. It's behoofness, okay? And I'm thinking, but he, but they came out together. Like, from my perspective, they came out together. So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, well, okay. It appears that they may have the information. Then it appears that they may not have enough information or things like that. I, it's weird, y'all. It's really, really weird to identify all of this subjective behavior, but it's funny. So they bring it on, right? So I don't know how it was that complicated or it was that difficult, hard to figure out. Like I say, when you're running a group, like whether if you have a mode or somebody that's acting differently amongst the others' behavior within the group. So now these people are at the. So my live got kicked out. My baby called. They need a ride. So let me make this quick here. I was going to sit here and vibe with you guys, but every time I click on here, it's a problem. Anyway, let's get into about 5 minutes of this because you guys got to hear this and you ask yourself, you know, how is it that this tsunami is ricocheting like this? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see.
It's as simple as that.
Listen to this.
That is who I am. I'm either with you or I'm not. Now, when you start showing some real crazy, delusional, idiotic, stupid ways about you, then I got to think about, what am I doing? When OCOV first started fucking with you, Atmos was still coming over to your channel. Atmos was still one of the few that came over there, still participated. Oh, Atmos, stay from over there. Yeah, I know. I'm cool with Angie, though. Okay?
Now, in my opinion, what Atmos is saying here is that he had made a choice to be of a man, to himself. No matter who's saying what out here, he seems to sound like he made a choice to have sound judgment on who he wanted to talk to and where he wanted to go. Nobody was going to be in control of that, but still ride with his group, OCOV, as you guys know him. But I call him COVID. It's no big thing. That's just me. People don't like to say the names and shit out here. And that's just pap. And it is what the fuck that is, regardless. But anyways, somehow these people were really cool over there. And when I first logged, when I not when I first logged on, but when I first started knowing a little bit more about those group of people on the other side, I made myself aware of that. Okay, these people are up underneath or they're riding with the drunken Larry, right? So, and I'm sitting here going, well, okay. And then that's kind of where I assumed, I guess, that this is where the person that Atmos is readdressing with their, I won't call it a beef. I'm going to say their differences. Okay. Let's just say their differences, I guess. And things went left. You know what I'm saying? Like things went left. And now they have so much, and it's well, you did this and you did that, and this is going on and this is going on. you know it's hard for me. I but oh, I better not say that. Anyways, but it tickles me pink, right? Because of the lengthy time that Atmos is readdressing this person, like, and I get it. A lot of people don't be out here and you don't watch a whole bunch of channels, but at some point you kind of have to so that you can be aware. You can be aware. Everybody talks subliminal. Everybody, they move differently and they do this. But wow. I'm listening to these people, right? And they're having their fallouts over there on the other side of the street. And I shake my head because I was like, I said that. I said that. I said that. Nobody listen. Nobody listen. And I get it because, Papoose isn't the most likable, and it's because of how I tell my stories. And it is what it is. I'm not going to change that. But let's hear let's just go through this a little bit.
Okay? Let's move on.
For your bitch ass. But you're a bitch. You're a bitch ass nigga. So listen. This motherfucker gonna say he listened to the panel last night. Our panel up here with Progress 2 times. JoJo. Sky was up here. Whoever was up here. Lil Mac was up here for a minute. And he was like, well, is that what the channel I'm going to or whatever?
That is true. I said that. I said, when I looked at that panel, and I saw, and I said this also, I said excluding Angie. When I looked at the rest of that panel, when I saw JoJo, Lil Mac, and Progress 2 times, I said to myself, it is my opinion that is one of the slowest panels, and people are used to her having more intelligent panels. But you had a panel full of what's the word I want to use?
Black folks. Black folks, Atmos. Just say
not
black.
Thinking so clear all the time, people. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, I'll use that. Could be worse.
All right.
But I'm gonna say that.
Hallelujah.
Angie, everybody know that you a snake.
Ooh.
You slither in the daytime.
Ooh.
You slither at night.
Oh, what you say? What you say?
You are always snaking and sneaking and doing some shady shit.
Now, see, okay? I got to stop you right there, right? Because he calls it out, right? He gets to talking about the python in the garden and all that type of snake stuff, right? Anaconda, all that shit, right? Rattle. But, I had to stop it there because I was like, well, okay, don't leave a cliffhanger. Like little details on the slithering. I've said from time and time and time and time again, straddlers always get caught. Straddlers always fumbles the football. They don't know whether if they need to be the quarterback running for the Bears or the what's the indie team down there? Yeah, those. I'm not a sports person, but they don't know the Cowboys. They usually don't know, and it just stay all wired up. Straddlers usually gravitate to one side if that side is winning, and then if that side is losing, they gonna go to the other side. It's crazy.
I think this is the most appropriate word to say. They are the most unstable creatures that was on that panel. This them folk. I ain't talking about Skylife. Me and Skylife had our little riff, and then we ironed that out. I ain't say nothing about no Skylife. I said JoJo, Lil Mac, and the Progress 2 times dude, the dude that talk like, hey, them. Okay? To sit on a panel with that conglomerate of low intelligence, as intelligent as you are, it had to hurt you. It makes your channel look like, what the hell is going on in these YouTube streets in my phone? That's what I was saying.
Hold up, baby, wait a minute. Let me put my spit up in it.
To that lower level. Now,
girl, about to have a fit. Well, it's about to be some shit. How could I get on this shit?
We are all entitled to our opinions. You got a chance to. You got a choice to listen to it, or you got a choice to click the hell off.
That is absolutely true.
Okay?
Yeah.
So after I saw that, I clicked the hell off.
What you said.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's continue this.
Okay. Let me see what you got. Huh?
First of all, we don't have to sit up here and talk about motherfucking R. Kelly every motherfucking day.
I can't tell.
We are versatile.
Shit.
We can talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
Right.
Kiki and Grin and all that motherfucking bullshit, and it's gonna be entertaining.
What you say?
It's gonna be educational. It's gonna be information.
Okay, director.
Your motherfucking wannabe motherfucking funny ass
out
there giving out bad information. I'd rather sit up here with I don't give a fuck who it is. And knowing we giving out the correct information to sit up there and give out some bad fucked up intel.
Now, stop it right there. Information. Let's talk about information for a minute. Everybody's not going to have everything 100% accurate. That's why we have people that kind of speak from their own analytical perspective. You know, we have some that, you read it and you analyze it and you kind of bring out what you think it may be. Words can change the context of a whole paragraph. You can take one word out, it can change up some shit on you, right? But my point is, there has been numerous of channels. I'm back, y'all. My phone is ringing. Hold on. Give me a second here. Give me a second. My phone will never ring this damn late. You people out your damn man.
Please leave your message for 608.
Hold on. Do you have a ride?
Yeah, I guess his dad said he was coming after I was going to call Kirk. So.
Yeah. All right. Call me back if he's not there in 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So let me finish this because it just sucks that you can't do your channels without somebody being judgmental of how you doing it. No matter how you, if you want to tell 50,000 goddamn gone lies out here, that's your damn problem. If you want to tell the freaking truth, that's your problem. These are opinions, analytical views, different perspectives, and things like that. You want to know the truth? Then go down there to the goddamn courthouse and listen to the whole bunch of shit and get your own damn paperwork and find out the whole damn truth. But the belittling, that's the thing that gets me. And I'm gonna tell you something else that gets me. It's 2 things today that I'm going to end this live with that just put a knot in the left cheek of my ass today. It really did, right? And they ain't had no business allowing it to do so, but I rubbed it out. It's gone. But let's listen to this shit.
What the fuck you talking
So I sit on my panel and give out bad information.
Everybody does. Everybody
Is that what I
does.
do?
They say if the shoe don't fit, then
That's
don't wear that motherfucker. Don't wear
and
it.
all we talk about on my panel is R. Kelly.
We got to go one more, little bit more. Then I'm getting off of this video. I do not own the rights to this.
Last night you had
but I had to critique this one here.
Some Mad Dog 2020 or some old English mixed in with your soda or something.
Oh, that would upset a stomach. Oh, that's gross.
You had to be talking about somebody else. Had to be. Okay?
And nigga, you just now getting a couple motherfucking lit motherfucking panels. Bitch, I've been out the motherfucking gate with it. See, that's what I'm talking about.
I gotta stop it there because the word on the curb, y'all, they was over there saying something about the boy named Fat somebody, help build her channel up. That's just the word on the curb. I don't even think of that man name that they said they was. There's so many damn, AKA names out here. I don't want to get people confused, but it's like when somebody else kind of did it up. I gotta ask y'all. We're gonna take a vote at the end of this goddamn live. So hold that thought though. I gotta ask y'all something.
She said, I'm just now getting a lit panel. First of all, my channel is not built and wasn't built off of people coming on, cussing each other out, slandering each other, talking about each other mamas, fuck your mama, you a bitch, I don't need no channel for that. That's not what this channel's all about.
Okay.
That's not what this channel's all about. So yes, you're right. Your channel was built on drama and arguing and cussing and fighting and screaming and defaming and clawing and biting and backbiting and sneaking. Yes, you absolutely right. That is how your channel was built.
No way. He said that. He's like, and backbiting. I'm like, what in the world? It was built on backbiting? Oh. This way you get to say, I cannot. But all of those words that he used to describe the channel that he is readdressing, right? All I had to do was put one word out here and it's goddamn it held leverage to it. I said toxic. This shit was toxic. But now I guess, because the current has, moved into the other direction, the canoe is going over there, right? I'm like, okay, it's toxic. What was so progressive about all of that? What was so progressive about having lab tables sitting up there and your colored people is attacking each other like that? If that was the most obnoxious, crazy, river diving, the shit that I had ever seen, and it is what it is because it's Blacktube over here. It was to be expected. It's to be expected. I still got my question in my head to ask y'all at the end of this, but I only got to go 2 more minutes here.
Are you mad?
Oh.
Because I didn't have to go that route to get just as many people? Are you mad? Because I don't gotta straddle the fence and say, I'm for R. Kelly one day, and then I'm for the victims the other day.
Ooh, what you said, Straddler.
Are you mad that I can just stay the course and still get just as many people, including... I'm looking at this right now. I got 81 people watching, 29 likes, which means over half of the people that's in here are not on my side.
That's okay. Don't worry about all that. Only person that can have your back out here, truth be told, is you. Y'all got to go check out the rest of that freaking live over there. When I say you wants to get your laugh on, yeah, that'll get your laugh.
Yeah,
Let me turn this on.
that'll get your laugh. Yeah,
Let me turn this on. Okay. Yeah, you get your laugh on over there for the day, boy. You say he was billed on making a bigger cash bitten by. Let me see what y'all comments was saying, because I can't see it on the other thing. Yep, baby. But Muddy, when I say it, baby, you want to talk about non-stop laughing. I mean, it's just funny. Now, I said I was going to ask y'all two things right quick. I have to ask y'all, because some things that was said that I was like really curious about. And this ain't, because I ain't going back and forth. I'm just going to say what the hell I got to say when I want to say it with time and preparation on my channel. And I'll be gone. That's just that, right? But I had a question for my chat. Who y'all think Drunken Larry going to fire? Is he going to fire the catfish? Or will he fire the OCOV team? Who do you guys think? Because you best to believe that, he's probably getting this information about his used to be team. He still has his team, his people that support him. But one of them apparently is getting eliminated. Who do you think? Do you think that he's been informed, or there's emails and stuff? I noticed, like, listen, the catfish used to drop all his emails and shit for him. I noticed that didn't cease up, right? I guess, she got everything that was needed, for that, and then ditched the drunk Larry, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But when I say, listen here, you can't laugh. No, you say book him. It's not he ain't in a position to get rid of no one. But baby, listen, I'm talking about when it comes to the loyalty and the trust. Who you think done failed? I don't know. I mean, he left and he kind of had, as a spokesperson, she was kind of doing the speaking a little bit, reading, some of the emails out here. That didn't dried up, I guess, who knows? But baby, when I tell y'all, ain't no fronting. I don't know who's stunting. I don't know, but the shit was funny. Funny as hell. Funny. So, my second, and I don't know if many of you guys caught it, but I did. And I had to, I'm like, wait a minute. No, it's two more things. First of all, let me keep this shit real. I'm the damn storyteller out here. And when I talked about plagiarism, I know what the hell I'm talking about, because when I heard the address C, not the Atmos is the addresser. When I heard the addressee, right? I'm sitting here going, wait a minute. Hold up. That kind of sounds familiar. Very goddamn familiar. Well, woo cha. Let me tell y'all about this big man, this motherfucker, and it's so and so, and it's so and so, and it happened over here. And I'm sitting here going, but wait a minute, motherfucker, that's my shit. That's my shit. I tell the stories, right? Now it's been adopted. Like, I just signed the motherfucking papers over. I ain't signed shit over. I'm the goddamn storyteller out here. But see, my swag is trying to get snatched. It got, apparently, because I know I do it, I do it well. I'm going to toot my goddamn horn on that shit. I can tell your ass all these damn stories out here. But that's how the addressee came on. You don't believe me? Go listen to it. And who in the hell would it remind you of? And I'm thinking, the fuck is going on here? And woo cha. And they did, and they gotta take, and I'm sitting here like, That sounds very goddamn familiar. It really does. But, don't mind me. Carry on. Second thing that I caught out here, and I've been asking, I've been pondering, because I'm sitting here, and I'm reading the day. I'm still on vacay, and I'm just chilling, getting me back together. And I'm saying to myself, whoop, stop the press. Hold the fuck up. This didn't make no damn sense to me. This one ain't right. So I saw something, come down the old little timeline through the YouTube, throws the shit out there, right? And it had something about whether if Sylvia, who done made something bad or somebody, so now we can't get no more information or we got to wait. Or it was something in that era, right? In that era. And I'm sitting here going, wait for what? Wait for what? Now, you mean to tell me, and I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. You mean to tell me that a person or any alleged attorney would have more counterpartners, or they all may have these bar numbers and things, and they can tappity tap tap to tap tap on fucking keyboards and get what the fuck they want. And you mean to tell me that it, that person can't get no motherfucking information? You mean to tell me that that person, the addressee, can't pull juice or power or authority or anything as on the same level as what how Sylvia getting the shit? And Sylvia ain't no goddamn attorney. Sylvia ain't no damn a lawyer. But you mean to tell me that somebody that claims that they may have, like, does you need the sidebar? Okay. Step forward, please. I'm sitting here going, now that don't make any goddamn sense to me. Because had I been out here, as you know, I got this paralegal profession and tappity tap tap going on. Ain't nowhere in the hell I need to wait for no goddamn Sylvia to drop a mug of thing. A mug of nothing. Nothing. So I had to do some evaluation here. Wait a minute, Pap. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. You can't tell me that somebody that speaks all of this and it's able to tell a person's profession by the way they talk. Something ain't right. Perspective. You can talk perspective, you can dance, you can pop it like it's hot, you can go. I can't tell what the hell your profession is unless you specifically tell me. Not because of how you talk and you walk and you sing and you comb your hair or you brush your teeth. I'm supposed to be able to tell how or what your profession is. What the hell? Overrule. You saw my last thing up there. I got the mute button on that one though. Perspective. The mute button is up on that. I just couldn't fathom that. I was confused with that. Wait for Sylvia. Well, ain't tap 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 tap. Ain't got some. I'm sitting there like, well, wait, where's her professional or her great co-workers or high authority people that can get all up in the system and to get this and to make the phone calls for that and to do that and have that shit in a jiffy. I was so disappointed, y'all. I was like, man, let me go ahead and make me a peanut butter jelly sandwich. This something that ain't right. I'm just saying, Leisha, I don't care whether if Sylvia ain't shit or is some shit or not some shit. I really don't care because I got something to say about that. Just just a little bit. I really, really do. And I'll touch on that in a second. But that one there, I was really caught by surprise on that, right? Wait for Sylvia. But now we can't get no more information. Why the fuck not? Ain't you got the tappity taps to the tap shit going on? That shit there, Pernell, that one there, I had to rewind it and what? What are you talking about? You got all the sources. You know all the men. You got all the keyboards over there. You got all the 200 devices. You okay? Nothing, man. Y'all better get gone. Y'all better get gone. So, okay. So then the story goes on, and I'm sitting here, like I say, y'all got to go catch the rest of that live over there because in the somebody else's word out here, that was a bam bam goddamn stick there this morning. I don't care what nobody say. That one right there, put that like to a 5-1. 5-1, y'all. I'm gonna give it a 5-1. I was over here like, okay. Okay. So, anyways, I do the storytelling. And when I heard that live, that was straight up, and I'm going to call it like I said. That was plagiarism right there, at its finest. I was like, well, damn, I ain't dead. I'm just on vacay. And damn, I could do the storytelling. But no, shit, you talking about copy. Oh my God. Oh my God. What up, Wings? Man, so very interesting, and the only rebuttal I think to what Atmos, the addresser, was saying, he was the addressee. He was addressing the addresser. So I had it wrong, but he was saying it's like, well, how is it only the fight to come back with is to life shame people? You know what I'm saying? And basically, that's pretty much what you all have been receiving from, over in the swamp. It's a swamp. It is. And it's like this person here. Now, before Kevin Samuels passed away, there was a talk show on, very interesting talk show. This man had probably over a good 15,000 people in his chat this day. And I will never, ever, ever forget it, even though that I know how true it was and how much, with me knowing the truthfulness of it, right? To hear it coming from another person who is running a chat with over 15, about 15,000 people up in there, right? And he said one thing that I have always, and I tell my children this shit. If you can't see it, you don't fuck with it. It's no different. People can tell you anything, but you know what? It'll come from their eyes. It'll come from their facial expression. And if you don't have that, then you shouldn't be listening to a goddamn thing that person says. This isn't about proving, a bunch of stuff about you, but this is just so that you can be comfortable with whom you are speaking with, elaborating with, opinionating with, laughing with, and all of those things, right? But this man clearly says, and I was like, shout out to him, Touche. I can't remember his name, you guys. He was like the spokesperson, one of the spokesperson that came out for that Kevin Samuels guy before he passed away. And he says that, listen here, chat. He's talking to over 15,000 people up in here. When he first came on, he was trying to speak to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels, he says, would never give him any much attention, even though he can feel that Kevin Samuels was finding him very intellectual, looking for a grown folk conversation. Kevin Samuels would never say he would never pay me any attention, and the people in the chat over there, they was like, well, why, because you can hear this man, he's got his suits on and everything, but this was before. I just jumped ahead, right? He says, no, man, I don't talk to nobody I don't see. I got to be the craziest man alive to talk to a man or a female that I cannot see. But I sit and I say that to say this because I sit and I in bushes, right? And I be watching my ass off and I'm trying to understand. Make me understand, how do you respond to something you have never seen before? How does that feel? I can't understand that feeling. I can't understand that. It makes no sense. You mean to tell me that you would be so comfortable going in a bank or whatever the case may buy to purchase your first brand new fucking spanker car, right? And you're gonna sit there and sign all kind of paperwork and everything, talking behind a billboard for somebody you can't see? Are you kidding me? If you can't see it, that means that, in my opinion, it's non-existence. But to sit and watch the community respond, interact, has to be the most craziest shit I probably would have ever seen on the YouTube. You take NY, what is that, Hollywood Next, or you could take Drunken Larry. They came on as a ghost, right? Pretty much. You didn't know them. But for them to be more convincing to the people, for them to get the people to want to feel that warmth with them, or to, to make sure that you can not only hear the words, you can see motherfucking words coming out their mouth, because you can read the lips too, right? You can put it with a face. But here you don't get that. And I mean, them people be sitting there as if like, okay, yeah, right, we got you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'd be like, this is some weird, and you talking about weird. This is some weird stuff. You home? Okay. You locked up? So, I don't know, and at some point when you keep going back and forth, and there's some facts what about, like, sinus. I think I'm gonna flush. Give me a sec. I'm gonna flush you. Yeah, in a second. So that's what makes it, all weird. And I get the fact that people wants to stay safe and have no harm brought to you and things like that. But there's also that rule, that the rule of thumb with that. If you don't do no evil, you usually don't get no evil. You know what I mean? You usually don't. So for the most part, everybody else comes on the screen, I guess, because yeah, Teddy's barking at Dakota. So I don't know, weird ass shit, right? Very, very weird. Now, let me jump over here because, as see some things, and you see it too, and people usually jump where it's necessary or maybe where it's unnecessary to do so. But we noticed Sylvia with doing whatever it is that she does over there, with whatever monies and whatever her freaking occupation is, or now, or whatever. Truth of the matter is, it's part of life. They always tell you, get it how you can get it, right? Get it how you can get it, right? But then there's that rule that you have to be careful of how you get it and who you use to get it. You understand what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Her fucking prerogative. I don't give a damn. I don't care. But I say that to say this. I had to go and pounce. Let me go see what's over on Twitter. And I'm in and out of Twitter, here and there. I'm not a big Twitter girl and all that stuff. And the big roar came out with Jennifer Bonjean has left. Jennifer Bonjean has left. Some of it could have been with Sylvia with the donations of the money. But as I got into them threads over there, you guys, I got into them threads over there. And I have to say, in my opinion, humbly, a lot of it was Shabazz. And that went overlooked out here on this street as well. I think that if Sylvia's gonna get it, in my opinion. Shabazz should have had some words as well. Shabazz went on to bag his story up by enlightening the people to get them comfortable to feel that what he did to Jennifer Bonjean was okay. This is what he said. And I'll give it 2% of, okay, I can feel you on that, brother. I can definitely feel him on that. No, it shouldn't have been uh, 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 an attorney or attorneys out here on this social media when dealing with Mr. Kelly. Had Mr. Kelly been looked upon as the celebrity that he is, right? You should have not had this mockery or this rebuttals or the addressings of these attorneys at all coming back out here to this public. All these attorneys had to do was just wait a second, look outside their fucking window to see what it is they were actually working with, right? Well, when I think about that, they had to think about all of the distractions that came about when the protest went down at the in Chicago at the county down there, right? And how it got flipped around by people on here. They needed to have just sat for a minute to see what was Mr. Kelly's atmosphere like out here. Are these some people that we can come and share bits and pieces of information as far as updates, right? They should have done that. And had they sat and done that, then they would have or could have made a very swift decision to say, no, we just better not be involved with social media because it's you have the ops and you have the people that's formed, so you know that it was gonna be a current effects of distractions every day. It was going to be something. They needed to have made that call on that and swiftly, right, as a group, but they didn't. So then you have, I hear Shabazz, right, and Shabazz says, well, she shouldn't have been out here in the first place. Neither should the other attorneys. But it wasn't just that part. Shabazz, if you go read them threads on Twitter, if you have them, if you click on the other participants that was in these threads, so you just can't stop at one. You got to keep it going to the whole thread kind of ends. He had one with Iris for Kelly. Yeah, he balled on her. He balled on her. It wasn't harsh, but he did. And then there's this other lady. I can bring it up, but I have to switch phones. He balled on her. It was his aggression. It was his tone written in words, right? And that wasn't just the first time. According to the thread that I had read, and I read the whole entire thread that had something to deal with at least about 2 or 3, maybe 4 different people tagging Jennifer Bonjean. And I'm sitting there, I'm reading this right. And the message that I'm reading is it was as if he had paid her. But he also took upon himself to throw in the race card. And I had to beg to differ on that as well, because Mr. Kelly could have hired a Negro and probably still ended up with the same outcome. The third thing that when I hear Shabazz speak, right, some of it you can hear his pain, you can hear his struggle that he had, you can hear everything, which is pretty much a little bit different from how the majority of our Black race has pretty much lived out here or was brought up or have lived in a particular demographical area. It's no big difference, right? But because he can tell his story so good, it is what it is. He didn't give y'all ass no music either. he didn't give y'all no music either. Them niggas said, I ain't giving you shit, right? So I'm saying to myself, well, first of all, you speaking to this lady as if you hired her. Second of all, he spoke to her as if she owed him something. See, he got his stories from Becker, Greenberg, the sisters, so on and so forth. It was only one more freaking attorney. No, he didn't get anything from Canic, so he probably couldn't get in to Canic, right? We saw that, Jason. We gonna touch on that, right? Oh, we saw that about Michael Avenatti. So, but thanks for reminding me. But I don't think that he couldn't swindle his way in the way he did with the other ones. And swindle may be an incorrect word to use. Maybe whoever or however he got in tune with them, because he always say that you guys don't know. You don't know like he know. How do you think he got in there, or he put them in there, or this one here did it for me? The attorneys paid him for what he's doing, for his videotaping and all of this shit. And that's pretty fucked up. It was because it's like, why would they do that? Who brought him in there? Or he just felt like because he works with these magazine companies and he's got Q&As with Suge Knight or Wesley Snipes and the Beverly Hill gang out there, that these attorneys literally picked up this phone and said, well, okay, we want you to do this and do this for us. So in other words, what did they do? Did they hire Shabazz as a private investigator out here? So Shabazz ended up being, I'll get one from Walgreens, even though I know where I'll get one from Walgreens in the morning. But even though, like, they hire him as a private investigator. So you mean to tell me that the previous attorneys, put Shabazz in a position to do some filming and this or that and get this back to him. And then you go over on the other side of the street, you got Shabazz down in Drunken Larry's house, allegedly, over there with Angelo and them, allegedly. We all know that ain't allegedly, but you got to say allegedly. Right? To come out here and tell everybody this, in my opinion, twisted up ass, straddling ass story. Straddling, another Strattlers. Strattlers do not win. I don't care how much analytical perspective or intellectual freaking words you can put on it, on all them goddamn mountaintops up there, what Martin Luther King said. A Strattler never wins. It's only out for his own self-achievement. Didn't care about who would get harmed in the way or what damage it would do to the whole fucking puzzle. Don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. See, they tell you you can't make a hoe into a wife, right? A housewife. You cannot also take the fucking hood out a nigga. It just doesn't work. And he is, in my opinion, straight up freaking hood nigga. So I'm asking myself, these attorneys, right, that he says paid him for some shit. And yeah, you and always hollering the presidency. He holds the presidency. To me, holding the presidency of all of this shit here is getting all these people fucking locked up. All of them. Then you'll have some presidency shit going on. Yeah, you may have the pre in it, but the dency is sure fucking missing in this shit. It is. I don't give a fuck what nobody say right now. This is some straight up bullshit. And then here's the thing, because he says that Jennifer Bonjean, who is this white woman, right? And she shouldn't be out here on the social media, telling, or associating herself or talking to certain people, not with dealing with Mr. Robert Kelly, he's a big, high celebrity out here. His story is massively, enormously freaking big worldwide. Worldwide. This is what he tells you guys. That this white lady his stuff shouldn't have not been out here. But yet then you have one of your kind of people. Look at your skin color. Shabazz is the same color, who sits out here and drop you people the dime that the attorneys paid him. Nigga shit. So not only should the white woman not be talking, but here you are, got a Negro of your same color dropping dimes out here as well. Who looks better than the other? So how can a race car be thrown into this, whether if it was a black or a white representing Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. So you ask yourself with the yarn balled all up, because I just knitted this shit right here. Who talks the most? Who talks the most? Jennifer Bonjean wasn't straddling. I don't assume. You never seen that in her tweets. She just dropped, Mr. Kelly's doing well, she's doing this. All of a sudden, this man is able to drop y'all way more shit than Jennifer Bonjean than even came out and told you herself. One thing is bad, and they talk about snitch niggas. Snitch niggas. I don't know. Like I say, you can't put a color. You can't put color on a snitch nigga either. You can't put color on it. They come in all kind of shapes, forms, and fashions, and freaking colors. They do. See, the golden thing to do out here, whether if you did know it and you do have this information, and I've been saying it all the time because I put it up on my index finger. It's right there. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Because once it sounds too motherfucking good to be true, you best to believe it's too damn good to be true. In my humble opinion, again, I don't think that he could gotten as close as he apparently wanted to be. He drops this dime about, the Becker girl sleeping in the bed with so-and-so. He drop another dime about Bonjean and Greenberg being close associates. Like, what? But I forgot. This is where you get to determine who's for who. I made my determination. He's for he. He don't give a two hoops crap because a man got to eat. I don't care if you came from the ghetto or you came up there from where the Jeffersons were, from that big high rise. You got to eat. And out here in this world, it ain't never enough money for a hungry ass nigga. Ever. And they gonna use what they got to get what they want. And that's to the mountaintop. To the mountaintop by any means necessary. So I hear all the rebuttal, and I get that shit with what Sylvia has done, right? And yes, that attorney may have said, do not send the money and everything. But there's that one question. Who really ran that woman off? Who really ran her off? And I'm not saying so hardly that Shabazz did. In my humble opinion, his aggression, he spoke to that lady as if he was paying her. And then you can go back and find the tweet where Mr. Bill Cosby tweets, and he says, shout out to Jennifer Bonjean. I got your back. And Mr. Kelly's. I stand where Mr. Bill Cosby has spoken, because he left it just at that little bitty sentence with no other fucking details. He didn't tell you how, when, where, what, and how much, motherfuckers. He didn't. He just left it at that. I can ride with him because I know that man, Mr. Bill Cosby, sit over there and probably still got stacks on racks, racks on stacks, and ain't out here hungry for nothing as a black man. But see, well, when I got to watch and listen to the black man want to teach you and it is teach you about coming up, who not to trust, or how the white man would play you, how the white woman would play you, or this or that, but doing the most talking than the white woman or the white man, and know that the black man is still starving? Is you out your damn man? Is you out your man? No. So, I had to really go back and kind of, let me go read this whole thread here, right? Sylvia do what Sylvia do. Sylvia hungry too, without a doubt. She did. She come out. She had her mom on the phone. Yes, asking help for the rent. She was telling us, and she cried, and she got some help from her sister a little bit, and she had to keep going. But the hustle is going to be the hustle, no matter how you fucking put it. When you hungry, when you really, really hungry out here, and it is what it is. This is just my humble opinion, you guys. But when I went and read that thread over there, I had to second think this shit here. Wait a minute now. Listen to how this man speaks to this woman. Listen to how this man is over here playing pity pat. How go y'all give a dog a bone? Let the DMX on. Let the dog roam. Oh, yeah. And in my opinion, that's what he gave everybody. But that's just my opinion. And it is what it is. That's just my opinion. I think after reading all of that, he was dead wrong. Because he spoke to that woman with words that was aggression. He was the aggressor. You don't talk to me like that. I'm sitting here like, well, damn, did you cut the check? You got Jennifer. You mean to tell me that Jennifer Bonjean needed to respond to him appropriately and in a timely manner, a fashion manner, when he spoke? Did she was supposed to what? Bow down? He tells everybody that. You don't know if he talks to her. He can pick up the phone and talks to her anytime he wants to or he wants to. Well, I have to beg to differ of that, because right after that goddamn tweet over there, that woman went ghost on your ass and everybody else's. Gone. Just like that. And I don't think that if she deleted her tweet, I find it hard to believe. I wouldn't want to believe it. That now you can pick up and dial 1-800 attorney Jennifer Bonjean and she's going to answer. With that type of aggression that I read, are you guys to be kidding me? No. So, with the situation that came all out this week, in my opinion, with the Sylvia and this whole money thing, I don't try to get into this money shit or whatever, because when you hold your own billfold, you gets to make that decision about where you want it to go and how you want it to go. So, I watched all that it play out, and I put my little laughing emojis and things up in there. But when, I was like, wait a minute, I got to go do some more goddamn homework on this, because this can't just be really all of her. Shabazz got so downright dirty with it, right? This is dirty when you got to start dropping, dirty news, for brownie points, as I like to say. It that way it can lead into more stories. Y'all come back, because I'm going to have some more innuendos to tell you guys. I got some more, right? And then, whoo, it's crazy out here, right? It's really, really bizarre. We all come out here under this umbrella of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Everybody did. Everybody wants something for something, or nothing for nothing. You have that group of peers out here as well. But to come out just when people thought that things could settle down, there's a new attorney in place for this man. Here you go. Dig this shit. You didn't have white folks out here coming and getting in this woman's head, or even trying to do any distractions to her, or even talking aggressive to her. No, you came out with the black man that wanted respect from her, as if she owed him anything. So now the question I have to ask, did you pay for her? Do you work for her? What's really the heck going on behind the scenes? It's crazy. is crazy, you guys. This shit is crazy. Yes, he did, don't ask. He really be screaming. He really be screaming. And I'm like, well, that's why I say you can't take the hood sometimes up out of the nigga. And then everything has to relate back or be elaborated on the incarceration time period. We're dealing with almost 80-90% of black people under this umbrella. And you best to believe with 80 or 90%, it's a very high chance that 90% somebody's got somebody that done been got darn incarcerated. That's all they've been jailing out here is black people. So if you can't relate or understand what your loved one has went through from their stories, and something don't sound as equivalent to what is being spoken from Shabazz with his incarcerating stories and trying to tell you how his come up is, who he worked for. He done gave his whole, and I'm hoping his whole resume by now. Because he been having a whole resume for this whole past, goddamn it, 2-3 months. And the resume just keep extending and extending and extending and extending and extending. And at the end of his extension, I'm trying to figure out, when are you not hungry anymore? When are you going to be successful enough to not, as a black man, be out here as vulgar as he are? When are you as a black man gonna be like, I ain't got to be in that shit no more. I'm over here in Miami somewhere with my feet kicked up and chilling, right? So that tells me that there's a sign of somebody who is just not quite as successful. See, Mr. Kelly may have gotten himself in a situation that is difficult for him to get out. But one thing that I can say for sure, because I've watched close to 100 of Q&As of his musical things, of his shits and giggle times, or whatever. That man, literally, with all of his riches that he has not shared, in my opinion, as much as Shabazz has shared with his life history of growth that apparently is not quite there yet. Mr. Kelly was quiet pretty much throughout all of his millions of dollars of running on a sand beach, doing all, just quiet. You didn't really hear much about him. You didn't. The man, you didn't even know, half of the people when I came on here didn't even know that he was married. They said it was later on sometime, right? Y'all, this black man over here, you know pretty much everything. Sell a story, tell a story, make a buck. In other words, sell a story, tell a story, make a goddamn buck. And it's just building and building and building and then building. And I'm like, well, okay, all right. Successful people, their stories get shorter in their life. It does. You kind of usually don't have much to say anymore because you're just out now enjoying life. Stragglers, hustlers, oh, they got a whole lot to tell you until they reach the mountaintop. Once they get up there, then now it's the hell with you. They ain't got nothing else to tell you. Nah, they ain't got nothing else to tell you. Stories be, somewhat a little fascinating. I can sit here and, understand for the most part a lot of it, especially when you growed up from the hood, running around the same age brackets and things like that. You can understand quite a bit of it, right? But I could tell you this, sometimes once you achieve your growth, a lot of people find it not difficult, but not too exciting to be talking about the past, putting people all in these emotional different states of minds and shit. You're going to cry. You're going to be happy. Then you're going to say, oh, all that goddamn shit. No, I finna do all that. You say, why exactly, Muddy? Why did he just write a book? Just write a book. Just write a book. But he does his life shaming. I've done all of this, and I've done this, and I've done this. I'm sorry, and I've done this, and I've done this, and I've done that. But yet, then the only thing to do now is this shit right here. Become the aggressor towards Mr. Kelly's attorney. That shit didn't look cool at all. And that's just my humble opinion. I read all of the thread, and the one thread is going to take you to another thread, and I'm like, wow, you did this to Irish for Kelly as well. And then there's this other lady. I wish I could bring it up. I will show y'all, because you literally have to keep clicking on shit to get to the beginning, to the root. You from the root to the tutor. You do. You really do. You want to talk about, as he say, distractions or infiltration, in my opinion. And I'm sorry, this is just my perception of it, man. That was 100% infiltrated Negro. That's clearly infiltration. For what? For what? The presidents and the what was the other movie he dropped out here, the movie he dropped, or whatever that was, the Azraels, the filming of Angelo and Clary and Azrael, and being inside drunken Larry's house allegedly, and all of that shit. Who's really, like, you play a part of some infiltration, and why? And why? Did Mr. Kelly owe him anything? Is this his way of getting back to Mr. Kelly? But he says he just want to put the truth out because he's a storyteller. He's a storyteller. And in my opinion, in God's eye, every story ain't got to be told, especially if you're telling it to make it to the mountaintop. Sometimes it ain't good to tell it. Because what do they say? You sow your own royal oats, or what, how to do. I don't know all these little sayings. Yeah. Yeah. And from what I think that the people were looking at, and from what I thought that I was looking at, and being able to go over and read the information, or see her tweets on there, and to put it out here to the black people. That wasn't harmful. It became harmful, yes, when people want direct answers back to her. From her. And when you don't get it, then your panties are in a bunch. That's where the problem came. But for her to be like, well, I'll offer them a little update, I don't think there was no harm in that. But the updates that she was given wasn't just enough. And by it being not enough, the aggressor had to find a more aggressive way to try to get in. But it didn't work because she shut it down. Do I believe that apparently he wanted a Q&A? Hopefully she saw the Q&A between him and Beck. What's her name? Becker? What's that woman name, y'all? Becker, Attorney Becker, right? Because in that video, he went into asking a sexual question about whether I believe it was about whether if Becker was assaulted or sexually assaulted or something like that. Who would want to come into a Q&A where somewhere you just might ask a question that may open up that junior of that topic? Who? And Becker set her ass right there and talked about it for a little bit when as if she was on the Amber, she was Amber on Johnny Depp. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you don't have to open up a door, then you don't open that door. But you have to be careful and you got to listen. Because one question is going to take you to another question, and then the conversation's going to start getting warmer. You will feel like that the person have been knowing you for 10 years. And now you're laughing and you're giggling, which Becker was doing. She's chuckling and got her legs crossed here and there and snuggled all, a little chair. And Shabazz was just working her and working her. Next thing I know, the fucking sexual shit. Who the hell come on here to hear about her sexual assault shit? Why, as if that was important at that time of that Q&A. I didn't find it. I didn't find it important at all. But I understand journalists. It was a journalistical move he did on her. But I was like, boy, oh boy, it's mighty funny though. I'm wondering if well, I guess I can say, yeah, he's pretty good. It doesn't matter with what your race is, right? Because he worked the hell out of Azrael as well. He worked the hell out of Jasmine. He worked the hell out of Jasmine. Yeah, he did. But and I get it. Everything is timely, right? You don't have so many hours to sit with each individual. So one person get this allotted time or this allotted time or whatever. But that was a whole lot of more goddamn questions that I feel that was fucking important that should have went towards Jasmine than it was to Becker. Other than what we seen on freaking TV where they went through they Curcio and Becker ended up with some messages or whatever from the girls and all of a sudden a loop got thrown out there that, oh no, she conflict of interest and she's talking to them and talking to this one and and yada yada yada. But when it came to Jasmine, like Shabazz sat out here and saw this whole freaking episode about how this Jasmine girl eloped her ass up in this goddamn shambles, And I dropped a short video out there today because I was curious, I be going back down. I be digging. I'm nosy. Still trying to not make too much sense of it, but I like to indulge in it and be like, oh, okay, well, that happened then and that happened now. But I dropped that short video out there. And I was like, wow, that's messed up, right? Because on that video, he was talking to your boy, my boy, Book over there, to Toxic Diamond. And I'm sure Shabazz, of course, have pretty much hopefully seen a lot of this stuff going on since 2019, or maybe he was busy doing his filming one way or the other, right? Should have gotten to him because he was a straddler. He was over there, he was over there, he was over there, he was over there. He'll tell you that it was for his filming. And for the majority part of it, yes, it was. Well, give him that credit. But the other majority part of it became so freaking excited and that adrenaline starts to run. A straddler. Some of him is going to assume that he's dropping this information perfectly out here for people to grasp and understand. Kind of like the kaleidoscope. You understand? Kind of like that. But then again, leaving you guys in disarray on trying to decide, okay, well, who's the mole? Who's not the mole? Who's formed? Who's not formed? All you just entangled. A whole bunch of shit, man. Just entangled. But that Jasmine story had way more to it than that little bullshit that he ended up asking her on that goddamn channel. And Book on that filming. Oh, yeah, it was more. We could push it even further. There should have probably been even more further questions for Sylvia to get to a lot of, to the bottom of a lot of the entanglement out here. But he was the filmer. He was the producer. Executive CEO of As Is magazine. He had to run it his way. It is what it is. But you see an entanglement out here. Well, since he straddled over there, to get Azrael and Angela on them stories, and some of, well, he didn't get Mr. Kelly's story because Mr. Kelly ended up getting arrested, right? But they tell you that they did have some filming done out here, and I don't know if they're still editing it or working on it or whatever to try to put it out, but that was said out here. But we got the tail end of the story of some things about Jasmine, and that was how he ended up with her and paid a $700-800 phone bill. I don't know where they do that shit at, but I guess that's just the new days and the new days to come down. Find somebody, know a stranger, drop 800 on the phone bill. I don't know. Maybe they do that shit out here. Because he had to get a story. So, that's something for something. That was something for something. But yet then, there was a whole story that a lot of us got a cliffhanger on. You know, finish that one? The girl made it to the gym. Don Russell apparently tried to get her out the gym, even offering her money to go away, assuming that she was 16 or younger, right? It wasn't then that he talked to Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly, according to Bookham, says, that he didn't want to hear it. No, leave it alone. So Don Russell apparently must try to leave the situation alone. But the phone rings. They says it's Cash Jones. Cash Jones on one line and Sylvia is on another line or something, and they trying to get the girl home. And we know that part right there ended up somewhere being factual. But then now you got this other depicting falsifying as entanglement bullshit story that came behind, which ended up with Bookham grabbing the second half of the story. And he jumped all the way from the part about how, with Tox, I think that, it was Toxic Diamond, right? He says, well, she asked him specifically, well, how did that happen? Well, I don't know, my mans. I fell asleep, my mans. And when I woke up, my mans, her mouth was in my mans. That was the fucking story that you got. But then he's upset about how, I guess, allegedly some people came out and started talking about or trying to convince her or whatever, or asking her, has she been RAPE? He got belligerent on that part, right? Where is that story at? Get us that story there, Shabazz. We want these cliffhangers out here solved. That we didn't think to look forward to a Negro being an aggressor to Mr. Kelly's current attorney. I don't think that they were looking for that part. We wasn't quite ready for that one. We trying to close out some loose ends of some other bullshit, shits and giggles, damn stories out here, but we ain't get that shit. I'm just saying, child. I'm just saying. Yeah, the boy says, it was 16 times. He fell asleep, it was 16 times. And I can tell you right now, had that case, or had they moved that to make that a case, and with this, like they say, this Me Too and all of this shit going on with taking these damn black men down, oh, she'd have took his ass down. Bookham would have went down for that. Definitely. Just by admission of saying that he went to sleep and then added 16 times of humping with it. That would have killed him in court. So, as he better thank God that never even made it there, boy, because that would have been fucked up, boy. That would have been messed up. Telling on yourself like that. You gonna admit it like you did do it. And shit, they don't know how to STFUP. I'm telling you. But, it's here, near there. It is what it is. So then you have the recent, I guess, a story. Cash Jones is back out, and everybody thinks that, maybe she is gone. But apparently, she likes to pop back out here and there. And her same stories. She wants to tell you about how her and Angelo, and this happened and this happened and this is why she did that. And she made it specifically clear that her cousin did not know Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. But for some apparent reason, he got angry. Went over there, put an M16 up underneath that little ass mobile or car over there and toasted the motherfucker. I don't know. So, with that being said, with Cash Jones, though, it's still a fucking mystery, right? Because I'm still wondering, and I don't know about you guys, how in the hell did she end up on the phone with Mr. Kelly? How did that happen? We didn't get that part. Another hangman. Cliffhanger. We didn't get that part. You just got the recordings out here. How did that happen? I question myself over this 100,000 times. But did she say? She did say, I guess she got his number or whatever and got to talking or whatever. But the way that Mr. Kelly was questioning her about who was it? Who was it? Who is it? Who is it? Well, to me, it sounded like, wait a minute now, this ain't no goddamn conversation of somebody just knowing somebody from yesterday. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. It sounded to me, and I'm going to keep the shit real, that was more than a one-time occasion of Mr. Kelly and a Cash Jones on the phone. And I'm going to keep that shit real. That wasn't no one-time goddamn phone call. Who was it? He wanted to know who was it. Who was it? She couldn't be so clear about that. Till he pounded it out. Well, go do. Man, please. All of Mr. Kelly's supporters out here, I just feel like that everybody has been humble with the goose chase out here. Fucking goose chase, man. This shit is real crazy, though. It's been a very interesting case. The prayers are going to always be there, coming from Juan Papoose to Mr. Kelly, for sure, right? And I told you guys, and I gave my reasons and all of that stuff, and I'm not finna go through that no more. I have my reasons why I feel the way that I do with joining him for his vindication. And that's just how I feel. But for all of these stragglers out here, man, they need to hang it up, boy, because, woo, child, it's been a wild goose chase, girl. Just crazy, yeah. It's been crazy. I know one thing for sure. I don't think that well, I'm not gonna say that. I better hold that piece there. It's crazy. I played the video. Everybody just blamed everybody for this. Let's go to the next topic, right? Because I still got a few minutes. Woo, child. Allegedly. I don't know if it's an allegedly, right? There's been two parts of the story of the court appearance for Daddy Lolo and Scooby-Doo. So that was to be expected, Well, wait, they say they're getting the transcripts. We'll wait for the transcripts and see what the transcript says. I think the only thing that I have to say about that is a lot was done coming from downtown Chicago. I don't think that any of us could have imagined that these fights would reach the level where you saw alleged Mr. Kelly supporters standing in the courtroom. I don't think that none of us expected it, or for the most part would have like to see it, seeing this is disturbing. I can tell you guys, it's disturbing. For the most part, because it's been shits and giggles out here, you can't do nothing but kind of laugh at it, especially when you're staying out of the way and you're not involved in any of it. I laugh at this shit, man. But overall, it was a sad situation. And that's what's fucked up about it, It's a sad situation because these people walked on the streets for Mr. Kelly. What you thought was unity ended up being a destruction. Now you have people that has things in their files, have to probably go back to court because you can't lay it to rest. Steady want to just go at it. So that's the funny part about it. Go at it. Exhaust yourself. Detour yourself from progressing more in your life, Every step towards that counter building, if you ain't owning your own business or whatever, is $1 lost. It's a breath lost. I have to say, shout out to Daddy Lolo. Because as I watched all of this stuff go on out here, I never seen that man really rebuttal. I didn't see him come back on these screens or nothing to say, but like, well, you the bitch, you the hoe, you the punk, fuck you, motherfucker. Da, da, da. So that must have took a lot of discipline. Took a lot of discipline, However, you have Scooby-Doo, who feels betrayal. Betrayal brings upon hurt. Hurt brings upon pain. Pain brings upon action. And if you have that person in that position that chooses to pursue the action, stemming from the pain and the hurt and the anger, the frustration, then you just have to let that person continue to act out whatever it is, his choice of way of acting, to attempt to achieve whatever it is that will bring him comfort or success. It usually works that way, you guys. Like there's nothing you can do about it. He wants to run on with it and until his satisfactory is gained for himself. Then you have to just let it be. Go run it. I got plenty of popcorn. Popcorn for days. I got popcorn for days. Absolutely love Bug. Absolutely, But, like I say, in my opinion, Daddy Lolo made a very smart move. And that was because he shut the fuck up. He didn't get anything else out there to incriminate himself. So that tells me that his goal was to go in there and come out ahead as far as what he wanted to be done in his favor in the courtroom. It worked for him because he shut the fuck up. He did. He shut up. I didn't see him nowhere. And I would be waiting, right? I would seriously be waiting. Nope. No Daddy Lolo. Not on no lives or none of that. Now, I don't know what, because Lolo has his Facebook page. But, if I peep in on Facebook over there, I just usually see him post something up about Mr. Kelly or this or that, And that's about it. But these are two men. Hopefully it's over with. We don't know. And if it's not, then there's more episodes to come of shits and giggles. I would sit up and be like, Lord, I seriously be like, I hope don't nobody get hurt in this shit. I hope nobody get hurt in this shit. But, the hurt and the pain and the suffering, it comes from the time that these guys had to put into this to prepare for an argument in the courts. That should have never been a freaking argument. That's just how I look at it. 1 or 2 days of it, and then boom, it's done. It's over with. I'm not finna hurt you, or you're not finna hurt me. I'm not finna put nothing on your record, and you're not finna put nothing on my record. I'm not gonna draw no gun. You're not gonna draw no gun. And my Bill Cosby, goddamn bros, not Bill Cosby. What's his name? You guys on Friday, the Ice Cube daddy. You live to see another day. You live to see another day. No stress. So I can imagine how stressful that whole situation has been. But you deal with what you bring into your circle. You deal with your atmosphere that you bring. You deal with the breath of the air that you breathe in. You deal with everything you do. You want to deal with it, go deal with it. That was crazy, unfortunately, man. That was crazy. Yeah, that was real crazy. But apparently, I think I'm sorry to say that it's not over. Scooby-Doo is allegedly planning to appeal it, He's pulling up his First Amendment rights, but First Amendment rights just does not stop with those big, bold letters that jump right out at you. Mm-mm. There's a whole lot of sub-chapters up under that First Amendment right. So, I don't know. But that was wild. That was really wild, Yeah. I think I left out the Bookham thing when I dropped a short video about those Baltimore girls, because he spoke on that too. That was over on the Facebook page back in 2000. I think it was 19 or something like that. And he was dropping that dime, Bookham was, about the Baltimore girls. Telling everybody how Mr. Kelly was up there sleeping and sick, right? And Kip was there, Make sure he got his rest. When Mr. Kelly woke up, Kip was there. When Mr. Kelly went to sleep, Kip was there. Kip was there. He said that Kip brought him in. That he spent the time in 1995 in the Johns Creek home. Somewhere around that time of era is Mr. Kelly, I guess, I don't know, Kip with his security position or whatever. They connected that, I guess Bookham in. He say he was there. I don't know. I wasn't there. I ain't there. Yeah, child. Yes. Yeah. But he talked about that. Bookham did. And damn Baltimore girls, right? And it was not too long after he talked about those Baltimore girls, right? He says that Aldridge contacted him, Bookham, from the Baltimore girls. I was asking myself, well, okay, most attorneys kind of do that. What even made them, or whom even made them, or what picked up the Baltimore girls? In other words, what do you guys think warned the police or an attorney or whatever to direct their attention to those two Baltimore girls? I ask myself that a lot, when I go back to listen to that. Because that piece of the puzzle is just not there. All of a sudden, you saw the Baltimore girls appear on a show with Aldridge. But Bookham says that Aldridge had contacted him and was asking him some questions or whatever. And you know what he told her? To suck my dick. Suck my dick. Now I ask myself, it should say Aldridge to suck the dick, because maybe Aldridge, this is just hypothetically speaking, was probably going to send some people to question him or whatever. Did he get infuriated? What infuriated Bookham so bad to tell an attorney who called him to question him about Baltimore girls, that ended up on a news channel, that was steamed from a nightclub that was down there and across the street at a club or something while Mr. Kelly was up in the penthouse upstairs asleep and him and Kip was across the street with the Baltimore girls. What in the hell made him so mad at Aldridge to tell that woman to suck my dick? That was the most funniest thing ever, though, y'all. I was laughing my ass off at that shit, dog. What made you so mad? What were the questions that she asked you in particularly to tell this white woman, this attorney, this money-hungry, take down every man attorney that any woman has a complaint about? What did that woman say, Booker? What did she say? For you to say, suck my dick. Boy, that shit was funny as hell. And Shabazz, because I got to jump back to Shabazz. Shabazz, Bookham says that Jasmine said that she just only gave head. That was it. No penetration. Now, I'm going to need Shabazz to do an interview again with those two, because that story ain't working out for me over here. I'm a little nosy. The truth ain't in them, Shabazz, and you know either one or the other, because you said that Bookham is kind of like your boy. You ain't got no bad vibes with him. So I'm going to need you to get another Q&A with those two, because one or the other has lied to you. And as a professional publicist or journalist or film photographer or mountain climber and all that stuff that you do over there, I know you would want to know the damn truth about that, because that would mean that you had two individuals on your show that are lying, and they will make your show, your filming, it will look bad for you, in my opinion. Because you put out their stories. We don't know what to believe about their shit at all. None. Now, just for the comical part of it, I know you had to get the phone for her and you flew her in and you put her in some of the best hotel rooms, some shit she, I guess, probably ain't never seen before and all that stuff. I sure hope you ain't kissed that there girl, because that Bookham said shit, that girl down there sucking on that dirt, that man little pee-pee. And we wants to sit up here and question whether if Mr. Kelly has the hurt. Man, let me find out. Listen, you gonna probably need a little check-up. And then Dr. Rice need a little checkup. I don't know about Bookham, though, because Bookham, his might just be obvious, because we sure seen that video with him eating it, eating that booty. So the lips to booty hole is automatically hurt. You don't even need no test for that shit. That shit just gonna be hurt any motherfucking way. Allegedly. And ringworms too. He gonna need that beeswax, not the blister. He gonna have to upgrade to beeswax. That's why he stay into the acting and put all that makeup on. You can't even catch it. It been disappeared then by the time he done doing his part. Now I ain't the one to say this, and I ain't the one to fucking gossip. But are we in spring or summer? Can somebody tell me in the chat? We still in spring? Is it still springing out here, or has summer arisen? Which one is it? I just got that damn Bookham over there and that goddamn lime green damn suit on. Now, he was almost on point. Almost with the size of the suit. I can't take that from him. It's just a little bit too tight. They needed to loosen it up. Then I could be like, okay, all right, you almost got your swag on, but if you got them to take that long stride in that suit, them damn pants is gonna slit in the middle. His measurements is just not quite right. And I was like, okay. So we just gonna do all lime green today, huh? We just gonna ditch the whole brown leather jacket and the shoes today and switch on over to the whole lime green. I was like, boy, now I don't even drink beer, but I like to see okay, a little lime on top of the bottle. That's what it looked like. Pop the little lime in there. That nigga went straight lime on y'all ass. I was busting up. Well, look at this boy here. I don't know where you getting all this shopping money from, Bookham. I don't know, but your ass been on a shopping spree. I got to go, y'all. For real.